over the time, and which is creating our high reliance on imports. So against this backdrop, today we are here to discuss the current state of pulses sector. We have our partner ACIR with us. They have joined us from Australia and Pakistan. And our partner will share insights from ACIR Value Chains project. And together we will explore a pathway to integrate pulses into National Food System Transformation Plan. And for today's discussion, we are joined by Federal Minister for National Food Security and Research, Rana Tanveer Hussain, Australian High Commissioner to Pakistan, Mr. Timothy Kane, Executive Director, STPI, Dr. Abid Suleiri, Country Manager ACIR, Dr. Munawar Raza Kazmi, and Project Leader ACIR, Dr. Rajendra Adhikari. And we have two more partners from Faisalabad, Dr. Burhan Ahmed, Project Lead Pakistan, and Dr. Arshad Bashir, Policy Lead Pakistan. So with this, now I would request Dr. Abid for welcome remarks.
Thank you. मेरा ख्याल अभी हमें ऑस्ट्रेलियन हाई कमिश्नर ने उनको 5-10 मिनट बाद ज्वाइन करना, तो आई कैन बी बाइलिंगुअल. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप सबका बहुत शुक्रिया, और खुसूसन मिनिस्टर साहब का. आई नो वो एक मीटिंग में थे और वहाँ से वो स्पेशल यहाँ पे हमारे पास तशरीफ़ लाए हैं. आज का जो मौजू है वो हम दालों की सप्लाई चेन पे बात करना चाह रहे थे, और ये मौजू इसलिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट बन गया कि किसी ज़माने में मुहावरतन कहा जाता था दाल रोटी गरीब की खुराक, और उसके बाद वो जो दाल रोटी है वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता गरीब की पहुंच से बाहर होती नज़र आ रही है. सिर्फ इसी वजह से नहीं कि रेट बढ़ रहे हैं, बल्कि इस वजह से भी कि पाकिस्तान में उसकी प्रोडक्शन जो है वो कम होती चली जा रही है. तो अगर आप देखें 2025 के इकोनॉमिक सर्वे में, तो हमारे पास जो दाल माश है उसकी और उसकी जो प्रोडक्शन थी वो 16.6% कम हुई है. मूंग जो है मूंग 14.4% कम हुई है. आजकल बेसन और चना जो कि रमज़ान में हर घर का एक बेसिक मेन्यू होता है, वो ज़्यादातर हमारा इंपोर्ट हो रहा है. और ये सारी वो चीज़ें हैं जो कि हमने सोचा कि इस पे बात करें कि इसको कैसे इम्प्रूव किया जा सकता है, स्पेशली इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ हाइस. जो हाउस होल्ड इनकम एक्सपेंडिचर सर्वे आया अभी, उसमें रन सब 2-3 चीज़ें जो हैं बड़ी वो चौंका देने वाली हैं. पहली चीज़ तो ये है कि इस घरानों का जो मेजॉरिटी बजट है वो खाने पीने पे लगता है, तो बेसिक सर्वाइवल जो है उस पर वो बजट जा रहा होता है. उसके बाद रेंट है, और उसके बाद एनर्जी है. जो हेल्थ और एजुकेशन है उस पर 6% से कम स्पेंडिंग होती है. तो अगर कोई घर 100 रुपया खर्च करता है तो 62-63 रुपये सिर्फ खाने और रिहाइश और पेट्रोल या एनर्जी पे लगते हैं. सिर्फ 6 रुपये जो हैं वो हेल्थ और उस पर एजुकेशन पे लगते हैं. तो हम इस पे देख रहे थे कि प्रोटीनियस फूड, प्रोटीन उसकी भी बात की जाती है. हम फूड सिक्योरिटी की भी बात करते हैं, उसमें एक्सेसिबिलिटी की भी बात करते हैं. जिस पे काफ़ी फोकस रहा मुख्तलिफ गवर्नमेंट्स का, और माशाल्लाह आप भी उसको काफ़ी प्रमोट कर रहे हैं. वो ऑयल सीड है. ऑयल सीड हमारी एक मेजर इंपोर्ट है. दालें जो हैं वो समहाउ कहीं ना कहीं उस तरह से हमारे ख्याल में पॉलिसी अटेंशन नहीं ले पा रही हैं, और उस पे हमने सोचा ऑस्ट्रेलियन जो हमारे कोलैबोरेटर्स हैं ACIR, उनको भी हमने इनवाइट किया कि वो यहाँ पे तशरीफ़ लाएं. I think High Commissioner has also joined. Thank you, Excellency. We have just started, and I was making the case for inclusive value chains of pulses in Pakistan, the future of our food security and nutritious these values, and the role that Australian Commission on Integrated Agriculture Research is playing in it. In my view, I think there are a couple of areas that needs attention, and first and foremost, before we start increasing our production, is taking care of post-harvest losses. Yes, we are not able to produce much, but whatever we produce, and the experts will tell us the exact percentage, At one point of time, it was around 20-25%. That was getting wasted due to pest and rodent attacks and attacks of different beetles. This is, I think, we need to take care of these post-harvest losses. It's quality maintenance, it's cleaning, something that actually affects when the pulse grain, it gets contaminated with the soil and dirt and the straws. They actually reduce the market value of those pulses. And then, of course, looking at some of the production methods, mainly the improved seed varieties for risk reduction, pulse varieties. We know, and Ministry of Food Security and Research is already doing a great job in it. As chairman of NDRMF, I can share with you that in the National Disaster Risk Management Fund, we are bringing out agriculture insurance system, solidarity, under solidarity program of Asian Development Bank. It would be index, weather index based insurance. When temperature and precipitation goes too high or too less, government would be paying some premium for small farmers, and it would be expanded. The pilot projects would be started hopefully from the next fiscal budget. So we feel that when we talk of inclusive value chain, it's yes, making food available through imports, preserving whatever we can produce domestically, taking care of farmers' losses, and then improving our production capacity. And that's where we need parliamentary oversight. And we are very lucky that the federal minister is with us, who not only looks after this very important ministry as a minister, but he himself is an agrarian and a practical farmer. So he knows the challenges and the problems that farmers face. And we hope through his lifelong experience, both as a farmer and as a parliamentarian, we can bank on his expertise and his patronage to make our Pulses value chain inclusive. Thank you very much, Excellencies, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abid, for setting the scene that about the overall production status of pulses, and talking about the production challenges, including post-harvest losses and production methods. So with this, we now request His Excellency for his opening remarks.
Good morning. I hope you can hear me, but it's lovely to be with you, and thank you very much for the invitation. I read with interest yesterday some of the media about your seminar and some of the challenges indeed about pulses in Pakistan. And I'm very pleased that Australia is actively involved and has been for some time in working with Pakistan on this important issue. And as the Minister, and good morning to you, Minister, we've had a good conversation, and we're also looking very closely at other areas in the agricultural sector, such as meat, but also looking at what we can in other areas. It's a very important part of our bilateral relationship with Pakistan, and we are very fortunate indeed to have, as one of the key agencies in our High Commission, the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research. It does amazing work, has been doing so in Pakistan for more than 4 decades, and is a very important partner for you too in this endeavour. So without any further ado, and with your indulgence, I'm very happy to give my remarks. Distinguished Minister, parliamentarians, honoured guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you to the Sustainable Development Policy Institute for hosting today's briefing, for inviting me to give some remarks, and for its collaboration with the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research. It is a pleasure to join you for this important discussion on the future of Pakistan's pulses sector. Australia and Pakistan share a long-standing partnership in agriculture and food systems. Through ACR, the Australian government works with Pakistani institutions to support agricultural research that delivers practical benefits, stronger food security, improved rural livelihoods, and more resilient farming systems. This partnership is built on mutual respect, shared learning, and a commitment to evidence-based policy. Pulses are a clear example of where this collaboration matters. Crops such as chickpeas, lentils, and mung beans are deeply embedded in Pakistan's diets and farming systems. They are affordable sources of nutrition, particularly protein, for millions of households. They are also well suited to smallholder farmers, can be grown with relatively low inputs, and contribute to soil health through natural nitrogen-fixing properties. And I can share with you that for many wheat growers in Australia, for example, in terms of crop rotations, they turn to pulses, including for the natural nutrients that the pulse crop puts back into the soil. Yet, as we all recognise, the pulses sector faces significant challenges. Farmers often struggle with low productivity and limited profitability. Value chains are fragmented. Processing and market incentives remain weak. Policy settings have not always supported long-term investment. The result is a sector that underperforms relative to its potential, despite its importance for food security, nutrition, and rural incomes. ACR has invested in research that looks across the entire pulses value chain, from the farm to processing to markets and, critically, to policy and institutional settings. A flagship example is the project on developing competitive and inclusive value chains for pulses in Pakistan. This initiative brings together Australian universities and agencies with leading Pakistani partners, including national research organisations and universities. Its purpose is straightforward but ambitious: to identify what is holding the pulses sector back and to generate practical, locally relevant solutions. Importantly, the research recognises that technical fixes alone are not enough. It examines how markets function, how risks and rewards are distributed, and how women and smallholders participate in and benefit from value chains. It also places strong emphasis on policy dialogue, ensuring that research findings are translated into insights that policymakers can use. Australian and Pakistani researchers work side by side with farmers, processors, and policymakers. This co-learning ensures that solutions are grounded in Pakistan's realities and can be sustained well beyond the life of individual projects. Today's briefing is therefore a significant step. It reflects a shared commitment to bringing research evidence into national policy conversations. The insights being presented are intended to support informed decision-making on how pulses can contribute more effectively to food security, nutrition, and farm incomes, and economic resilience in Pakistan. In closing, I would like to thank SDPI, our Australian and Pakistani research partners, you, Minister, and all stakeholders engaged in this effort. I especially welcome the participation of parliamentarians and senior officials today. Your engagement is essential to turning evidence into impact. Australia remains committed to working with Pakistan through ACR. Please count on us as a reliable partner. We will go on supporting research, partnerships and policy dialogue that deliver real and lasting benefits. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. With this now, I move toward Dr. Kazmi. And sir, as Commissioner said that pulses are the clear example which tell us that where collaboration matters. So with this, I would request you to introduce us about ACIR, their role in Pakistan, particularly in pulses context.
Thank you very much, sir. With the permission of the chair, I will just take a couple of minutes by introducing what ACIR has been doing. As the Honorable High Commissioner has mentioned that we are here from last 40 years. This, along with the pulses, Dr. Solaris have mentioned about the post-harvest losses. We have just completed a project on estimation of food losses as well as the post-harvest losses, taking the mangoes and tomatoes as the example crop. And next month we are presenting its final, and I believe that we'll be requesting you as well again to help us reaching out to the parliamentarians. Sir, ACIR in crop sector, pulses is one of the key area where we are investing, and right now we are in a process of developing another project on pulses, which will include the seed sector, which is very important because we realize that even if we all work very well on the market side, if you don't have the right production, the good production, quality things, the market will not work as it should. So we are going to focus on seeds, as well as we are now trying to bring, with the help of University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, bringing back the pulses cultivation on the mainlands, because currently it's all on the marginal lands. The Honorable Minister, we have been working on the livestock sector as well, especially on the small ruminants, goats and sheep, with the help of International Livestock Research Institute, Kenya, Africa. They are trying to help farmers group to breed for the market-oriented goats and sheep varieties, which are required by the market for export as well as for the local purpose as well. In water sector, we have the largest investment. We are working with Indus River System Authority to facilitate the water distribution among the provinces as per the agreed accord among the provinces. And we have digitalized that. Now, any minister of the provincial irrigation system can, on his desk, see in real time how much water is coming in the system and how much is their share and how much they are getting. Over and above, we are now trying to link these tail end farmers, that if IRSA announces that there is a 60% water shortage, what does it mean for a farmer in a Chak 211 Toba Tek Singh? Because normally people read in the news and they don't realize that it will impact to me on the farm level. So this is one of the study we are doing with the help of a CSRO, which is the prime agency in Australia. We are focusing very strongly on the capacity development. Right now, when I'm talking to you, we have 20 women from research organization, including PARC, NARC, as well as provincial research systems, in a training, in a fellowship for 6 months, where we are trying to develop their leadership qualities so that tomorrow when they become the leaders in the research organization, they have the right skills to take the lead. We have, so far, we have 51 John Allwright Fellows, which are the PhD scholars from Australia. 5 are in Australia and rest have come back and joined, especially PARC, Pakistan Agriculture Research Council, as well as the Provincial Agriculture Research Systems. We are working through the universities and through Mian Nawaz Sharif University of Agriculture, Multan. We have designed a system where The university is the hub, and the provincial research systems are working through them, so that to bring the research and the academia together under the this umbrella. Pulses, as my colleagues from Australia, Rajendra will talk about, Dr. Burhan. I will not go much into the details, and thank you very much, sir. Over to you. Thank you.
Sir, for briefing us on the role of ACIR and how you are working on ground level and building capacity, strengthening capacity development of women. With this, now I would request our chair for his remarks. So, Dr. Rajendra, request you for the presentation.
Thank you very much, Khansa. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm Rajendra Adhikari from University of Queensland and originally from Nepal. And I would like to remember the first visit to Pakistan in 2013 as a government delegate from Nepal. And now I'm presenting here as a part of the university here. That's my introductions. Honorable Minister for National Food Security and Research, His Excellency, Honorable High Commissioner, Honorable Members of Parliament, Country Manager for ACIR, SDI Executive Director and team, my colleagues from the project on developing competitive and inclusive value chains of pulses, my sincere thanks. It's a real pleasure and honor here to be this opportunity to present the findings of our projects to Honorable Minister here. In 2016, when the Food and Agriculture Organizations of the United Nations declared the pulses as an international year of pulses, Pakistan was one of those countries who promoted this. That already highlights at the very top level how Pakistan's prioritized this very crop. And in all these development and policy initiative, it's the people are at the focus, what we are doing, and the policy plays a very important role into it. So please, in the gracious presence of honorable ministers, please allow me to be presenting the three things here. Today we are discussing the current state, core findings, and critical strategies at the equally high level, so that I'm not going to present the numbers, but our findings and reflections based on this project research and our experience working with farmers and private sector actors in the value chain of pulses in Pakistan. I would not go more on this role of pulses. We have already heard, the immense roles that the pulses as food crop play. What I would like to highlight its role in the food system transformations. And the most important thing is, if we invest in pulse, that we are investing in empowering smallholder and women. That's it's throughout South Asia, it is considered as women's crops or like smallholders crops. So that any benefits out of it directly goes to these these people, and it's immensely inclusive in that sense, and it transforms the like household food security and nutrition security. It promotes healthier and sustainable diets, and it aligns with the international guidelines of diversifying proteinous food, and it's cheaper, affordable source of nutrition as well, particularly the protein as well. So it reduces the dependence on chemical inputs. It's the catalyst for sustainable intensifications. What His Excellency gave example from Australia as well. Its role for ecosystem services, enhancing the resilience of the people, and circular food economies is undoubted, and that's why we take it as a crop that has significant contributions to food system transformation. terms of the current state, I have grouped them into two broad areas. One, what's the current state in practice, and what's the current state in policy. So let me start with practice. We have a smallholder. This is a smallholder crop. So and a large number of the smallholder families are involved in it. So which means that it has a direct and high participation effect, as well as the income effect. So the multiplier effects of pulses into the household income is more than many other mainstream crops. Women's involvement in value additions has immense prospects, potential. Not only that, through our projects, we have been able to demonstrate their ability, and there are so many examples of it that has now been reported, recorded, and disseminated. There is a very positive enabling ecosystems at all levels of governments. I thank Australian government, Your Excellency, and the ACIR for supporting us and pulses here. There are private sectors involved in it, and they are very keen to work together with multiple actors. We, as a part of this project, we also initiated the agribusiness reference group, through which we aim to bring the private sector, farmers, researchers, and the governments together. Through institutional capacity building, networks, enhancement, and value chain linkages at demonstrable level, by building that, like we have created a real good foundational platform to come with a policy that helps incentivize smallholder farmers to invest more, that motivate the farmers and the private sectors to develop their domestic pulses industry, and to bridge the huge gap between the demand in Pakistan and the local supply. As I said, it has been prioritized at the top level. Today's presence of Honorable Minister is itself a testament of that priority. As I said, like there are other initiatives, for example, Pulses Industry Development Strategy that Pakistan Agriculture Research Council endorsed, and it's trying to now translate that into actionable outcomes. Park mega project that Pakistan government funded itself, and the multiple projects on pulses is that at the policy level, we have this recognition that yes, pulses should be the priority crop. But what we found is it is still to be translated in actionable policies that really and meaningfully incentivize smallholders and private sectors. There is this sense of the uncertainty largely created by the import market, and the over reliance on import is what we need to change at the behavioral level of the industry and the smallholder farmers. I don't have to remind this, but with these alarming figures and things, what it shows us the opportunities. There are two opportunities here. Our baseline is very low here, so there is only opportunities for growth and the more productivity. The bridging this gap in trade deficits and is there. What I'm trying to highlight here is the opportunities are there, and we have identified those opportunities. We have identified in this project those barriers and drivers of pulses industry, which has been communicated in different ways as well. So findings wise, that was the current status. Funding wise, as I said, declining industry in terms of production, the low productivity has been there. It's almost stagnant. Industry-wide efforts are fragmented, low adoptions and availability of improved seeds. And because of that recognitions, the new projects are coming, and overall it's a low incentive for farmers and other intermediaries. And there is a lack of that trust because of these incentives within the value chain as well. The policy level, what we found is, the export ban happened in around that 2005-06, at the wake of, the very high level of production of pulses in Pakistan. And one of the core objective at that time was to support that high growth, high productivity, high production of pulses, to take that opportunity to help boost the local industries. That was the intention, and that policy intention was not a bad intention at all. It was a very good intention, but somehow that policy intention could not be met because the private sector development, processors, the wholesalers and retailers development and pulses industry was not as expected, and the import took over on that domestic growth. So the pulses, the another findings that we come up with is the pulses are really been disadvantaged, not because it does not have the potential, but because there is no level playing field with other crops, with other competing crops, and the farmers, they obviously, they are the rational people. They would go to the crops that gives the more certainty from the policy. Let alone it's the fertilizer support, it's the price support. There are other different mechanisms that were given to other crops, competing crops of pulses, which indirectly disincentivized the pulses farmers. That flowed on to private sector underinvestment. And again, it's about vicious cycle of that, the over reliance on import, private sector underinvestment, lack of incentive motivations for farmers because there were not price incentives or benefits, and then that vicious cycles continued. So what's the strategy? I know that we can come up with so many, the different points and things, but I try to really bring it into the core 4 key areas the policy would play. Now is the time that policy would play. As I said, the policy level, at the very high level of policy, it has been prioritized. But what we think is overarching policy with tangible instruments into it, a programmatic approach, a framework, and industry-led approach. When I said industry-led approach, like giving that forum for private sector to come up forward, to come up with the solutions, and the government as the able enabler of all these efforts is the critical strategy in terms of its development. There has been an effort, and the institutional capacity, personnel capacity has been enhanced through different means. There has some foundational policies in place. Incentive mechanism has been identified that helps farmers to invest on quality rather than just quantity or producing waste in that sense. And there are private sectors which are very active and coming forward for the development of this sector. So it's right opportunity and right environment there. We are here, although this project is going to finish sooner, but because Pakistan has been my second home in many ways for many, many years, I'm always happy to contribute from my level. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister and distinguished participants of the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ajendra. Indeed, you are right that farmer will always choose the crop that is backed by policy. With this, now I would request our chair for his remarks. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Excellency High Commissioner Australia and Abbas Lahiri Saab, Kazmi Saab, all Rinidra and other participants. It is a pleasure to address this gathering on an issue that is vital for Pakistan's food security, nutrition and agriculture sustainability. The development of a strong pulses value chain. Pulses are an essential part of the Pakistani diet and one of the most affordable sources of protein for millions of households. At the same time, they play an important role in sustainable agriculture by improving soil fertility, fixing nitrogen naturally, and requiring comparatively less water than many other crops. However, Pakistan currently faces a significant gap between production and consumption. Our country produces roughly 0.7 to 0.8 million tons of pulses annually, while national demand exceeds 1.6 million tons. As a result, Pakistan imports nearly 1 million tons of pulses every year, costing the country over $700 million annually. This situation clearly highlights the need to strengthen the entire pulses value chain from seed to market. At present, pulses are cultivated on approximately 1.5 million hectares across Pakistan, mostly in rain-fed and marginal areas. Chickpeas alone contributes nearly 70% of total pulses production. Yet the average yields remain relatively low compared to global standards. If we can improve productivity, strengthening market linkages, and support value addition, Pakistan has the potential to significantly reduce import dependence while improving farmer incomes. In this regard, our collaboration with the Australian Centre of International Agriculture Research has been instrumental. Through the ACIAR supported initiative, we have developed Pakistan's pulses industry development strategy, which outlines practical actions for strengthening the sector. First, we must improve productivity by strengthening the seed system. Currently, certified seed availability for pulses remains below 10%. Expanding public-private partnership and promoting village-level seed entrepreneurs will ensure farmers have access to improved varieties and quality of seeds. Second, we must strengthen the pulses value chain and market linkages, supporting small, medium enterprises, improving processing facilities, and promoting value-added products. Products can enhance market opportunities and increase profitability across the supply chain. Third, we need better market intelligence and price transparency, reliable market information systems, crop outlook conferences, and digital platforms can help farmers and traders make informed decisions and reduce price volatility. Fourth, we must establish national quality standards and transparent testing system to enhance consumer confidence and support domestic and international trade. Finally, increase investment in research and development, particularly in pulses breeding, technology dissemination, and extension services, is essential for long-term growth of this sector. Ladies and gentlemen, even a 30% increase in pulses productivity could significantly reduce our reliance on imports, while strengthening farmer livelihoods and improving national nutrition. The transformation of the pulses sector requires strong partnership among government institutions, research organizations, and the private sector, development partners, and farmer communities. Together, we can build a vibrant pulses value chain that supports farmers, strengthens food security, and contributes to a more resilient agriculture economy. In the last, I must appreciate the efforts of Kazmi Saab, which he is doing, and not only analyzing and assessing all sector of agriculture sector, like livestock and water management and other things. I think pulses are very, very important for Pakistan, because in agriculture, we have a potential. Pakistan is an agricultural country, and we have the potential, but because of low productivity, we is facing the overall shortage in not only for our own consumption, but even we can export, which we are not now exporting. I tell you my experience when I visited Spain. They focused on olive oil productions, and they export about 11 billion US dollar of olive oil to other countries. And our total export of agriculture product is almost maximum 8 billion US dollar. This is very depressing situation in Pakistan as far as agriculture sector is concerned. हुकूमत के बेहतर
सर ये अभी मीडिया वालों की फरमाइश है कि कुछ उर्दू में बोल दीजिए ताकि ये चला
देखिए
सकें।
हम बहुत प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब शहबाज शरीफ साहब बहुत फोकस्ड हैं और उन्होंने प्रायोरिटाइज किया हुआ एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर को, बिकॉज एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर जो है वो हमारे इकोनॉमी की बैकबोन है हमारी। और एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर इसलिए भी ज़रूरी है कि 60% जो लोग हैं वो रूरल एरिया में लिंक्ड विद एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर और उनका लाइवलीहुड है ये। और फिर प्रोडक्शन जो है वो भी हम समझते हैं कि उसको हम जितना बढ़ाएंगे, सो प्राइम मिनिस्टर इस सेक्टर में जो बहुत ज़्यादा उन्होंने मेजर्स लिए हैं उसमें इंट्रोड्यूसिंग मैकेनाइजेशन एंड ट्रांसफर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी इन एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर। और इसी तरह सीड में एक अथॉरिटी बना दी है नेशनल लेवल पे नस्दरा, और उसका सिर्फ काम है कि क्वालिटी ऑफ सीड हम प्रोड्यूस नॉट ओनली हम प्रोड्यूस करें बल्कि थ्रू रिसर्च, बल्कि उसका इंश्योर भी करें कि कोई फेक जो और मिक्स जो सीड है वो फार्मर को ना मिल सके, जो कि काफ़ी सारी यहाँ हमें शिकायत आती है। तो सर्टिफाइड सीड जाए जो प्रोडक्टिव बनाए। और नया चैलेंज हमें क्लाइमेट चेंज का है, और क्लाइमेट चेंज जो है वो सबसे हमारा एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर अफेक्ट हुआ है, सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट उसका हमारे एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर पे है पाकिस्तान में। सो उस पर भी हम फोकस्ड हैं कि कोई ऐसा सीड हो जो रेजिलिएंट हो टू द क्लाइमेट चेंज और उसका इम्पैक्ट कम से कम आए। और उससे पिछले 1-2 साल से काफ़ी हमने सफ़र भी किया है, हमारा राइस में भी इसका इम्पैक्ट आया। और भी अभी भी हम थोड़ी सी जब हीट बढ़ती है तो जो वीट की हमारी प्रोडक्शन है उस पर हम थोड़े से परेशान होते हैं कि इसका इम्पैक्ट जो आएगा वो नेचुरली उसकी थोड़ी सी प्रोडक्शन में कमी आएगी, इसलिए कि जब उसका दाना अफेक्ट होगा हीट से तो उसकी वो ग्रोथ नहीं होगी। तो बारिश रात भी 1-2 दिन से इधर भी हो रही है, लेकिन अभी मुझे पता चला है कि पंजाब में भी रात बारिश हुई है जिससे अच्छा इम्पैक्ट आएगा। तो इसमें एक्सेस टू फाइनेंस फार्मर के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इस पे प्राइम मिनिस्टर फोकस है कि हमें उस पे जो फाइनेंस हमारा बैंक्स हैं वो बड़े रिलेक्टेंट होते हैं फार्मर को फंडिंग करने में या उनको क्रेडिट देने पे या उनको लोन देने पे। तो उसके लिए बहुत फोकस्ड है। और उनके पास छोटे छोटे फार्मर के पास कुछ टेनेंट्स होते हैं जिनके पास कोलैटरल नहीं होता, तो उसको भी कोलैटरल फ्री एक स्कीम की है जो छोटे फार्मर के लिए है। ये बहुत बड़ी स्कीम है कि विदाउट एनी कोलैटरल वो जाके एक ख़ास अमाउंट तक अपनी जो जितनी उसकी ज़मीन की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी, बीज की, इनपुट्स की वगैरह, वो ले सकता है। ये बहुत ज़्यादा मेजर्स हैं, रिफॉर्म्स लाए हैं। और इसी तरह जो पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट की लॉसेस की बात हुई है वो पाकिस्तान में बहुत ज़्यादा हम उसे सफ़र कर रहे हैं। 1 एकड़ में हमें 8 से 10 मन की जो लॉस आता है हार्वेस्टिंग टाइम पे। और फिर पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट से मुराद है कि पूरी चेन जो है उसकी ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का, उसकी मार्केटिंग का, उसकी स्टोरेज का, तो ये इस पे भी फोकस्ड है कि ये भी हम डेवलप करें ताकि जो पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट लॉसेस हैं उसमें जितनी कमी की जा सके। और एक तो हम इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं कि हार्वेस्टिंग के लिए हार्वेस्टर जो है वो लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी के हों, जैसे बड़ा नॉमिनल सा लॉस होता है। पिछले साल हमारा एक्सपीरियंस हुआ था कि जो एक हार्वेस्टर हमने नया यहाँ जो चाइनीज़ ने हमें भेजे थे उसमें उसके इस्तेमाल से सिर्फ 6 किलो जो है ना वो लॉस हुआ पर एकड़। और जैसे जो दूसरे हार्वेस्टर हैं जो स्क्रैप मंगवा के और वो असम्बल करते हैं उससे 8 से 10 मन लॉस होता है। ये बहुत बड़ा लॉस है। अगर हमारे कहीं से 40 मन 50 मन होता है तो उसमें प्लस आप 10 मन कर लें तो बहुत उसमें फ़र्क आएगा। तो बाकी हमारे जो इस वक्त सिचुएशन है वो नेचुरली कुछ इम्पैक्ट हम पे आएगा, क्योंकि हमारे जो खलीज का गल्फ का क्राइसिस है, जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है जो बिटवीन इजराइल और ईरान, उसकी वजह से जो जो बंदिश आई है हॉर्मज पे, जो स्ट्रेट हॉर्मज है उस पे, उसकी वजह से जो जो हमें तेल आना था उसके लिए भी थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम आई है। फ्रेट के रेट बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गए हैं, और रिस्क के लिए उन्होंने इंश्योरेंस के लिए, जहां आप यूं कह सकते हैं 100 रुपया था, तो वहां उन्होंने उसको 5 टाइम्स 10 टाइम्स इंश्योरेंस में भी बढ़ा दिया है। तो इस वजह से हमें ऑयल पे इम्पैक्ट आएगा, फिर ओवरऑल हमारी इकोनॉमी पे आएगा, और स्पेशली एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में भी। इस तरह फर्टिलाइजर के लिए हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि जो सप्लाई है और प्राइसेस हैं वो स्टेबल रहें। और हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने 2 साल से जब से आई है ये इंश्योर किया है कि एक बैग भी हमने इंपोर्ट नहीं किया फर्टिलाइजर का, बिकॉज ऑफ टेकिंग ए गुड डिसीजन और ऑफ कोर्स हार्ड डिसीजन, कि हमने इंश्योर किया कि प्लांट चलते रहें और उनकी सप्लाई जो है वो होती रहे, और कोई प्राइस में किसी किस्म की भी इस वक्त तक कोई हमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ। और हमारे पास अभी एंट्री जो है वो भी काफ़ी ठीक है, 0.8 मिलियन जो हमारे पास पड़ी हुई है फर्टिलाइजर, विच इज सफिशेंट अप टू जून। और जून में हम दूसरे भी प्लांट 3 बंद किए थे, ये दिस जो मैनेजमेंट है गैस की, लेकिन कल एक और चलवाया, 3 में से 2 रह गए हैं। लेकिन वी आर इंश्योरिंग द production of this fertilizer, which will be sufficient for the farmer in coming crop, खरीफ crop, इंशाल्लाह। तो अभी डीएपी की कुछ थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम आई हुई है, क्योंकि वो हम 50% हम मैन्युफैक्चर करते थे और 50% इंपोर्ट करते थे, और जो मैन्युफैक्चर कर रहे हैं उसके भी रॉ मटेरियल बाहर से मंगवाते थे, सऊदी अरेबिया से, मोरक्को से। तो उसमें भी प्रॉब्लम है। इंपोर्ट भी हम करते थे इससे, मोरक्को से, जिस पे अभी इस वजह से जो टाइम है वो कोई ज़्यादा बढ़ गया, 1.5 महीना 2 महीने बढ़ गए। लेकिन वी आर ट्राइंग के उसकी भी प्राइस जो है विद इन अफोर्डेबल रेंज रहे। तो हमारी फूड सिक्योरिटी के लिए बड़ा हमें कोई ऐसा इशू नहीं है, बिल्कुल हमारे सफिशेंट हमारी प्रोडक्शन है। लेकिन साथ ही साथ हम चाहते हैं सरप्लस में हम जाए, ताकि हम ये हमारी एक्सपोर्ट बढ़े। और 8 बिलियन की जो एक्सपोर्ट है यूएस डॉलर की, दैट इज वेरी वेरी मार्जिनल सीइंग आवर कैपेसिटी। वी हैव द पोटेंशियल एंड आवर गवर्नमेंट इज वर्किंग ऑन दिस। इंशाल्लाह होपफुली 1-2 साल में ये सारी चीज़ें, सीड के इशू, हमारे रिसर्च को अनदर measures we are taking, prime minister साहब स्पेशली फोकस्ड कि हम अपने प्रीमियम रिसर्च अदारे को, पीआरसी को ट्रांसफॉर्म करें, और उसको रिसर्च जो उसकी है उसको बड़ी एक हाई लेवल की रिसर्च और वाकई रिजल्ट ओरिएंटेड हो। तो उसमें चाइना के जो उनकी हमारे तरह एक रिसर्च है, कैस रिसर्च का सेटअप है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उनके हमने एक्सपर्ट बुलाए थे, तो उन्होंने कोई सजेस्ट की है हमें रिकमेंडेशन, जिस पे हम इंशाल्लाह विद इन 1 मंथ और सो हम उसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर देंगे। उसमें बहुत सारे मेजर्स लिए हैं उन्होंने। फंडिंग की बात की है, रिसर्च के लिए फंडिंग हमारी, अनफॉर्चुनेटली रिसर्च के लिए जो हमारी फंडिंग है वो लोएस्ट है। जिस तरह अभी बात होती है मुख्तलिफ सेक्टर की कि इतने पैसे वहाँ पे हम लगा रहे हैं, ज़्यादा लगा रहे हैं, और दूसरे बड़े नॉमिनल से लगा रहे हैं, पता नहीं आपने मैडम ने बात की है या किसी हमारे स्पीकर ने। लेकिन जो रिसर्च का है वो मेरा 0.2 या 0 नॉट 5%, 0.2 नो 0.2 है, क्योंकि और कोरिया जो है वो 4% कर रहा है, 4% कोरिया रिसर्च में कर रहा है। इंडिया में भी मेरा ख्याल है वो से बहुत ज़्यादा है। मुझे आप सही नहीं पता उसकी परसेंटेज का, शायद आपको आइडिया हो या किसी को। तो आप देख सकते हैं कितनी इंडिया में रिसर्च के लिए, जीडीपी का मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, जीडीपी का जो हमारे है वो मेरा ख्याल उनका भी हमसे बहुत बेहतर है, बहुत बेहतर है। तो जब तक रिसर्च में ये कि उनकी स्ट्रॉन्ग रिकमेंडेशन है नंबर 1 पे, उसके बाद एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव है, साइंटिस्ट हैं सारे, स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट वहाँ पे एक्सीलेंस सेंटर भी बना रहे हैं। तो ये चीज़ें हम कर रहे हैं इंशाल्लाह। सेक्टर एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर हमारा बेस है, तो इंशाल्लाह इसको हम उसी पोजीशन में लाएंगे जहाँ ये 60s में या 50s में होता था। उस वक्त हम इंडिया में क्या था और हम सरप्लस थे, और आज इंडिया सरप्लस है और हम सस्टेन ही कर रहे हैं। दिस इज वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट, क्योंकि हमारे पास एग्रीकल्चर लैंड जो है वो उनसे बहुत बेहतर और ज्यादा है। वो तो ईस्ट पंजाब है और साउथ में कुछ एरिया है। तो ये हमारे काम करने की चीजें हैं। हमारे साइंटिस्ट, हमारे जो एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, जिस तरह अभी मैंने बातें सुनी है काजमी साहब की, इंशाल्लाह होपफुली ये जो काम कर रहे हैं, मुझे कोई विजिबिलिटी नहीं थी, तो हम मीटिंग करेंगे और उसमें हम बात करेंगे कहाँ कहाँ आपने इंटरवेंशन किया है, कहाँ कहाँ है। तो अगर कोई फील्ड में हुई तो उसमें मैं विजिट भी करूंगा इंशाल्लाह, क्योंकि आई एम हैप्पी टू हियर दिस कि आप इसमें काफ़ी इन्वॉल्व है। नो डाउट कि हमारी कोऑपरेशन ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में है। दे आर वेरी गुड इन लाइफस्टाइल। अब ऑस्ट्रेलिया की बात करें तो इनको हमने शुरू में कोई गाय दी हमसे,
साहिवाल ब्रीड यहीं से
और अब हम उनको कह रहे हैं कि हमें बताएं हम क्या करें। और ये केस हर हर जगह पे है, चाहे एयरलाइन है, चाहे आप कोई भी उठा के देखें। इनिशियली वी हेल्प असिस्ट एंड सपोर्टेड facilitated all these countries, now developing and developed countries like Malaysia, like China, like Turkey, like कोरिया को बहुत ज्यादा किए। अब और इनमें सारा कसूर हमारा अपना है, हम सब शामिल हैं। और स्पेशली हमारे जो एक्सपर्ट्स हैं उनको मैं ज्यादा कहता हूँ, क्योंकि उनकी ज्यादा ड्यूटी सी इस पे काम करते। लेकिन हमने आज कोई ऐसा बीज नहीं निकाल सके जिस पे हमें कह सकेंगे हमने ये काम किया। सो वो मैक्सिको जब उधर था, वो सीमेंट है या क्या है, सीमेंट से, तो उस वक्त को हुई थी। अभी राइस का इंडिया ने जो बीज निकाला है, वेरी पॉपुलर है पाकिस्तान, जो कि लीगली सारा इस्तेमाल हो रहा है। इसी तरह बीट में भी हम कोई खास नहीं कर सके। मैं डिटेल में नहीं जाना चाहता, तो मेरा टाइम 12 से ऊपर हो गया, मेरी 12 बजे मीटिंग है। थैंक यू वेरी मच। एंड आप स्पेशली जो ये एफर्ट कर रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए बड़ा हम इसको एक्नॉलेज करते हैं, और होपफुली कि ये जो कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे इंशाल्लाह हमारी जो ग्रोथ है और बढ़ेगी। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, sir.
तस्वीर बनाना चाह रहे हैं।
चलो थैंक यू। इंडिया में नहीं मिला 16 बस
नहीं
नहीं,
कोरिया का ओवरऑल सर एग्रीकल्चर पे पॉइंट 03 से ऊपर है सर।
एटलीस्ट 2% ऑफ द
2%
एग्रीकल्चर जो है इंडिया का 0.03 से ऊपर है। आपका 0.4
है।
Everyone, sorry, we were not able to take questions because we're running short of time. So with this, we are concluding the session.
जी आप हमारे प्रोजेक्ट लीडर रहे हैं, वो वीट के प्रोजेक्ट का